Right now to this disturbing murder out of Mississippi. 15-year-old Carly Gregg has been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for killing her mother and trying to kill her stepfather.
Verdict of the jury is count one. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment.
Carly Madison Gregg, born on April 23, 2009, lived with her mother, Ashley Smiley, and father, Kevin Gregg, in Brandon, Mississippi until their divorce. After the separation, Carly stayed with her mother and stepfather, Keith Smiley, in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home on Ashton Way. The household also included 2 golden retrievers, Wyatt and Finn. Ashley Smiley, born in April 1983 in Stuart, Florida, was a devoted mother and a respected educator at Northwest Rankin High School, where Carly, her daughter, was also enrolled. In 2022, her commitment to teaching earned her the title of Teacher of the Year. Those who knew Ashley described her as a loving mother who cherished reading and spending quality time with her family. Despite excelling in school, earning accolades such as Student of the Month and Student of the Year, Carly faced ongoing mental health challenges. In 7th grade, she brought a knife to school, resulting in her placement at an alternative school for a semester. The psychotherapist who treated her believed the situation was exaggerated and did not view her as a threat. After returning to a traditional school, Carly continued to achieve academically. However, she had been dealing with mental health issues for several years. At just 4 years old, Carly experienced the trauma of losing a sister, which likely impacted her mental health. By age 9, she reported experiencing symptoms of depression. In the summer of 2023, Carly began suffering from insomnia, and in January 2024, her mother referred her to a mental health services. Carly started weekly therapy sessions and was prescribed 25 milligrams of Zoloft to help her manage her depression. She was diagnosed with major depressive disorder and adjustment disorder. In February 2024, Carly's Zoloft dosage was raised to 50 milligrams, and she began using marijuana. On March 12, Carly reported feeling like a zombie, prompting to a switch to 5 milligrams of Lexapro. Although she was advised to taper off Zoloft gradually, Carly abruptly stopped taking it. Tensions escalated between Carly and her mother when Ashley discovered that Carly had a secret boyfriend, leading her to confiscate Carly's phone. Carly was also under stress from her biological father, Kevin, who had a history of drug addiction. Carly's stepfather, Keith, testified that Kevin had even allowed Carly to drink beer at the age of 12. The custody battle over Carly was contentious, and Ashley reportedly feared Kevin, keeping a loaded firearm in the house for safety. On Tuesday, March 24th, 2024, Ashley and Carly returned home from school shortly after 4 p.m. A confrontation erupted when Ashley discovered Carly had been smoking marijuana using vape pens, prompting her to search Carly's room for proof. At that moment, they were the only ones at home. Surveillance footage showed Carly holding an object behind her back out of the camera's view as she entered the bedroom and shot her mother 3 times. Prosecutors stated that just seconds after the shooting, Carly used her mother's phone to text Keith, pretending to be Ashley, asking, "When will you be home, honey?" Carly also reached out to a 16-year-old classmate, referred to as BW in court, stating it was an emergency and that she needed her to come over. BW's father drove her to Carly's house. Upon arrival, Carly asked, "Are you squeamish around dead bodies?" before revealing her mother lying on the bedroom floor. Carly allegedly told BW, "I put 3 in my mom, and I have 3 more for my stepdad when he gets home." Carly suggested BW wait outside, which she did. Shortly after, Carly removed the surveillance camera and placed it in the refrigerator. Outdoor camera footage showed Keith arriving at 5:03 p.m., unaware of the events that had occurred inside.
I want to talk to you about, tell the ladies and gentlemen, Keith, and I know it's probably difficult, you can take as much time as you need. Tell the ladies and gentlemen exactly what you remember about when you came home on March 19, 2024.
Everything seemed pretty normal, and I came on in, and when I opened the door to the kitchen there, gun went off in my face before the door was, 3 or 4 inches wide open, and everything kind of went pretty fast from there. It was a blur.
When deputies arrived at the scene, they found him lying outside the front door with a bullet grazing his neck. After firing at Keith, Carly escaped by jumping over the backyard fence. A search was initiated with the assistance of a Mississippi Highway Patrol helicopter, and Carly was found approximately half a mile away and taken into custody. Carly faced charges as an adult for murder. attempted murder, and tampering with evidence, with her bond set at $1 million. She pleaded not guilty to all charges and remained in custody while awaiting her trial. 5 months after the incident, Carly was presented with a plea deal of 40 years in prison, which she chose to reject. The trial for Mississippi versus Carly Gregg began on September 16th with opening statements. If convicted, Carly faced a potential life sentence for the murder charge, 20 years to life for the attempted murder, and up to 10 years for tampering with evidence. Prosecutors contended that Carly led a double life prior to the tragic events, concealing various activities from her parents, such as texting a secret boyfriend using burner phones, smoking marijuana before school, and managing hidden social media accounts. They characterized the case as straightforward, citing the autopsy results that confirmed the case of death as gunshot wounds to the head, with the manner of death classified as homicide. They underscored that Carly's actions indicated her intention to kill her mother. In contrast, the defense team led by forensic psychiatrist Dr. Andrew Clark contended that Carly's mental state had been significantly impacted by recent changes in her medication.
At times, restricted her food intake, at times had binged and then purged by making herself throw up. She told me that she had never taken laxatives or diuretics, but that she had been engaging in these eating disorder behaviors for, on a somewhat regular basis. She told me that she had never actually lost a substantial amount of weight, but she'd been doing these things for at least a couple of years. And so she was having, if I may, mood issues, eating disorder issues, cutting herself, hearing voices, and sleeping difficulty, all, I guess, leading up to January of 2024.
He testified that he diagnosed Carly with bipolar II disorder and believed that the antidepressants might have exacerbated her condition. Carly's stepfather, Keith, also took the stand on the trial's second day, providing a detailed account of the day's events. Rather than displaying anger or resentment, Keith expressed compassion for Carly, which likely evoked sympathy from the jury. The defense aimed to persuade the jury that Carly should be found not guilty by reason of insanity. On the trial's fourth day, after the defense rested its case, the prosecution called several health professionals to the stand, including psychiatric nurse practitioner Olivia Leber, who had treated Carly. Leber's testimony presented a different perspective on Carly's mental health, indicating that her actions were intentional. Another expert, Dr. Amanda Gilcanos, the director of forensic evaluation at Mississippi State Hospital, testified that Carly was competent to stand trial. Dr. Jason Pickett, a forensic psychiatrist, evaluated Carly and stated that she did not meet the criteria for insanity at the time of the offense. He also expressed skepticism regarding Carly's diagnosis of bipolar II disorder. After all the testimony was heard, the jury faced a challenging decision to either convict Carly or find her not guilty by reason of insanity. If acquitted on those grounds, Carly would not walk free, but would be sent to a state hospital for further evaluation. In the end, the jury convicted Carly of murder and attempted murder, sentencing her to life in prison.
Verdict of the jury is count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. Count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of attempted murder as charged in the indictment. Count 3. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of tampering with evidence as charged in the indictment.
Her decision to reject the plea deal proved to be a costly mistake. While the sentencing brought a sense of closure to the community, the case left behind a profound feeling of loss, a shattered family, a mother taken too soon, and a young girl condemned to spend her life behind bars. In the end, many believe justice was finally served. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Share your opinions in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and take care.